So our second field trip was to the Blue Ridge Mountains, Whitley Gap, and Dukes Creek Falls up in the Smith Gall Woods. And in addition to that, we went to a beaver pond over there, which is an example of a mountain bog. First place that we went to, other than the Smith Gall Woods Visitor Center, of course, was the trail at Whitley Gap, which is the Appalachian Trail. It goes through there. I've been through there, just hiking through. Have not really, didn't really think anything of it as I was hiking through it. Just another gap to go through. But this time, really took the time to stop and smell the roses, as it were. It was nice and cool. It was kind of overcast. Really perfect hiking weather to me. My favorite type of hiking weather. Just gorgeous up there. It's absolutely gorgeous. Even though it was kind of partly cloudy out, visibility was high. So once we got to the top, you could see just forever. And all up along the way, pointing out different plants, and saw a few animals. Got to catch a few. Caught a millipede, or not a millipede, actually a centipede, and it was kind of made my heart race a little bit. I didn't get any video of it because obviously I was tied up with holding on to this centipede, making sure he didn't get a hold of me. I've heard their bites are pretty rough. But back to the point. It was a really cool experience. It was a place that I had not been to in years. I used to go there in high school a lot. Whenever I go through on the AT. So here are some plants and wildlife and other observations and such that I encountered along the way. Enjoy. So we are in a montane oak area. Got a lot of the shorter oaks. Pretty open canopy. Notice a couple different things. Got a lot of blackberries out here. Looks like there was some sort of pretty big disturbance. Got a lot of trees that are broken at the tops. Over here. A lot of other trees down. Could be wind or something. So. Got a lot of these little New York ferns. Little violets, little purple violets everywhere. Trillium right there with the pink flower. Also got a tree over there, stilted. What happens is when a tree starts to grow over a decaying and dying tree like that, and the other tree rots away underneath it, it looks like it's on a bunch of stilts. This is a bloodroot.
That's the color of the
sap. Orange sap from the bloodroot. And what was the scientific name on that?
Looks like Paul. No, but it's sanguarian.
Sanguarian.
That's an antibiotic.
Yeah. This is a mayapple. It's typically mesophytic. It's not going to be found in dry areas. It's going to be found in wet areas. Some kind of bloom there. The basswood tree. You notice the leaves are uneven at the bottom. Kind of uneven. Kind of got that angle to it in that leaf right there. And they're very unusual for this area. Usually they're in a lot wetter areas. The top near Whitley Gap, and this is a the oak area, but it's actually being taken over right behind me, above me. We've got Virginia pine that's coming in. We got a lot of mountain laurel, these guys right here. Rhododendron right here. Got some kind of, I guess that's a red oak. with new leaves. Got a white oak right here. You notice the curved leaves versus these that are the pointed leaves. So that's the difference between the two. One of the main differences. And you'll notice these Virginia pine, they have the short needles. They're not very big. They're only, I guess 2 inches, something like that. Get that spider off of me. And they've got things of needles of 2. They're pretty interesting on the Virginia pine. These little red flower looking things. It's pretty neat. Pinus virginiana, Virginia pine. So very cool. Very red. Very red flowers. So we're about to shake the pollen out of this pine tree. So watch this. Hold this for me, Pauline. Yeah, don't hold on the bottom. Get the microphone.
The elusive
cool.
pollen.
Let's see. Yeah, this one didn't do it so much.
Oh, here.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Hang on, I need to get. All right, Sam, I need a freshie.
Here we go. Let's do this one.
Mhm.
Let's do this whole thing right here. My face is right in it. It's a cloud of pollen. This is reindeer moss. Craig, you remember this stuff. It was all...
Oh yeah, man, I remember that.
And it's actually, well, yeah, it is kind of brittle, kind of hard right now. But when it gets moist, well, it's actually moister than the stuff that we were dealing with before. But when it gets moist, it's nice and squishy. But when it's dry like this, it's all brittle. You can see it breaking apart in my hand. A lot of good deer food up here. A lot of other mosses and lichens on the rocks. Looks like this is all schist. A big old pile of schist. What a cool looking oak tree. Oh, backlight. It's all backlit. But yeah, this is on the northern side of the mountain. But you'll notice you've got a lot of branches snapped off. You see, you've even got that poor Virginia pine that kind of broke off right there. And that'll actually end up growing because it looks like it's still got a bunch of greenery on the other end. So really neat.